Hey guys, it's me Sandra, TTC 45. So, before I get started, I just wanted to let you guys know, yes, I am still on my break. I just wanted to come in while I was on my break to share some things with you guys. Now, I've started the process for the donor cycle, which is a very long process, and Lord knows I'm so glad I found out before it was too late, because when I would have been ready for the cycle and would have found out all the stuff I had to go through, I would have been pretty pissed. So the process, as far as the administrative part of the process, it has taken off. However, during my break, I decided that I was going to do some fun things that I wasn't able to do while I was going through this journey. I also wanted to take a break to let my body heal from the last 2 IVFs. And I also wanted to reflect on things, reflect on whether or not I really wanted to go through with this donor cycle. And because I do know the donor personally, I really don't mind going through a donor cycle, especially using this particular donor. However, I just mentally, I'm just not into this. That was one of the reasons why I decided to take the break, so that I can determine if I was going to be able to go through with this. Now, originally I was supposed to be going to see the psychiatrist tomorrow regarding the donor cycle. And I put the appointment off until February because I was afraid if I would have went in and started speaking to the psychiatrist, that she would have noticed that this was something I really didn't want to do. Actually, I feel forced to do it. And for the last few days, I just got to keep telling myself, if this is not what you really want to do, don't go through with it. I am going to continue on with the administrative part of the donor cycle, just so that if for some reason I do start getting more into that, then at least that part will be done. However, I started doing a lot of research, and those of you who know me, you know that I have a master's degree in information science. And information science is the study of information. We seek information, we research information, we interpret information. And when it comes to researching information, I am very addicted to that. And that's basically what I've been doing the last few days, was getting online trying to research some experts in fertility for women of my age, or older women, shall I say. It's one thing to have a degree in gynecology with a specialty in fertility, and it's another thing to be specialized in a certain area. I have a master's degree in information science with a concentration in youth services. I can go and do adult services. I can go and do senior services. I can do whatever type of information services there is out there. But because I'm concentrated in youth services, I do better in that service. Doctors who are proficient in treating women infertility and helping them become pregnant, they are efficient because they are trained to treat these women. However, the vast majority of the women that they treat for fertility are not of age 40 and up. They're mostly underage. Most women, by the time they get to 40 years old, they don't even want no more children if they already got them. They done got their tubes tied. The only ones that you will find that's truthfully still trying to conceive are those that have not had any kids. If you're 40 years old and you have not had no child and you have been trying to have a child, that means that there is some type of infertility issues that's stopping you from conceiving. When I first went to my doctor, I had no infertility issues. I conceived all 3 of my pregnancies with no problem. I have not had no other pregnancies outside of that because I've always maintained birth control, abstinence, or something that was going to make sure I was not going to have no babies. And then when I decided to have a child, I didn't think it was a problem even with my age. When I first started going to this clinic, they did an ovarian reserve on me. I went to look up the results myself because the doctor never even discussed the results to me. You know, he just did the test, got the results, and didn't say one word to me. I looked up the results myself and noticed that I was well within normal range in each area of that test that they did on me. I took the results to my regular OB-GYN, and he took a look at the results, and he told me that I shouldn't have no problem conceiving using my own eggs. He said because that ovarian reserve showed that I still had plenty of good eggs left and that I was a long way from menopause. When I went to this doctor, I was menstruating normally every month on time. I was having ovulation normally every month on time. He did all these other tests on me, and only with the exception of the one tube that did not spill, everything came back normal. So then I asked myself, why did I not conceive? He had me so believing that I didn't conceive because of my age. Yet, when I do research on other women who have conceived using some type of fertility treatment, some of these women are older than me. And if I don't have no fertility issues, no ovarian reserve issues, nothing but my age against me, it's no reason why I should not have conceived. And the protocol, I've never been through an IVF before, so I really don't know what the protocol is. But I can almost guarantee that the protocol that was done on me in both cycles was the same protocol that they do on all women. How I know is because when I was going to a lot of forums, these women were saying that they was taking the same type of medicines I was taking it the same way I was taking it, started off the same way, finished it the same way. And that just got me to thinking, why am I being treated the same way as younger women who are going through fertility problems being treated? When I came to this doctor, the first thing came out of his mouth was donor. He's been doing this for so many years, it's never worked. Now I see why you have been doing this for so many years and it have not worked. Because you have not tried to make it work. You cannot treat older women the same way you treat the younger women because our bodies are not going to respond the same way. As a matter of fact, I took the liberty of jotting down some information I learned through my online research from doctors that specialize in older women fertility. One of the things I learned was standard and conventional IVF treatments does not work for older women. You cannot do the same type of treatment on older women than you do on younger women. It does not work for us. Another thing, allowing the follicles to grow to a size 20 millimeters or above causes the eggs to become atrectic in older women. I had to go look up what atrectic mean, and that basically just means it just causes the eggs to overcook. Doctors are not supposed to be allowing eggs to get 20 millimeters or larger for older women. And those of you who have been following my journey, y'all know my doctor was letting my follicles get all the way up to 26, 24, 30. It's just ridiculous. Okay. Another thing I learned, high stimulation in older women produces fewer healthy eggs. Now, I don't know if it's because of my age that the doctor felt like he needed to put me on the highest dose of medications he can put me on, but he started me off on both cycles with the highest dose medication, knowing that my follicles was growing too fast and that they were overgrowing. Not one time did he, offer to lower the medication so that the follicles can slow down or anything to let the other ones catch up or anything. No, he just kept them going, kept them going. So that right there just really showed me that he's not experienced in this as much as he say he is. Another thing I learned is say older women should be treated with aggressive stimulation, natural IVF or minimal stimulation, mini IVF, and early egg retrieval. I don't know where I get this little cold and cough from. I also learned that older women who has rapidly growing follicles, which is me, every time they start a cycle, I always have that 1, 2, or 3 follicle that jumps out on that one side before the other follicles can even start to grow. This information I found saying that those who have rapidly growing follicles, they should be on a protocol where they're taking letrozole 5 milligrams per day, 5 days a week, along with 300 units of FSH. I was taking FSH as well as the whatever the heck the other one was called, and I really believe that that was a little bit too much for my body. I really liked the idea of the letrozole with the FSH, because then that probably would have helped my follicles to grow at a slower pace instead of a rapid pace like mine was. And I also learned that older women, you have to prepare our ovaries before you even start the stimulation. They say that when you suppress the ovaries before stimulation, it does not work for older women, and that's exactly what he did to me. He suppressed my ovaries. They said older women should be taking CoQ10 at least 4 months prior to the IVF cycle. They said that doctors should be trying to raise the estrogen levels. They said doctors should not be putting older women on birth controls before IVF cycle. They said that there shouldn't be no agonist or anti-agonist given to the patient before starting a cycle. You cannot do these type of protocols with older women. These are protocols you can do with younger women, but older women you cannot do. They said that they learned in their research that all the women that have successfully conceived they have had women that's conceived as late as 47, as late as 49, using their own eggs only because they did a different route. They didn't treat them the way they did the younger women because they realized you cannot do that. Same way with the follicles. They said that HCG triggers should be given to older women when the follicles get between a 16 and an 18. It should not go past an 18. So after doing a lot of that research and even still researching, I've come to realize that it's not me. It's not my body that's not cooperating with this stuff. It's the protocol that they're trying to force my body to do that my body is not going to do because I don't have a 35, 25-year-old body. I have a 45-year-old body. And with a 45-year-old body, we are advanced in age, which means that our eggs are advanced in age, which means that you have to treat them delicately and you have to do things differently for us. So I have an appointment tomorrow, a consult actually with my donor and my doctor. And even though this consult is just supposed to be between her and him, I'm actually going to question his expertise. And I have a feeling after I question his expertise, he probably gonna feel some kind of way and gonna probably hope I go find me another doctor, because I want him to know exactly how I feel. And I'm no secret to telling people how I feel. I have no filters when it comes to that, and he know that. After that failed cycle, I let him have it, and his only, response was, "I did the best I could." You didn't do the best you could. You did not do the best you could, because you treated my cycle like I was a younger woman, and it did not work for me. When you saw it didn't work the first time, you should have either suck out additional help from maybe other colleagues or something and ask them, what can I do differently? Or you should have did with the same thing I did. Get on the internet and research. I mean, doctors research too. They don't always know. They go and they research and they listen to the other doctors and find out what worked for them. I mean, there are actually doctors that has videos on how they got they 46-year-old or they 47-year-old or they 48-year-old pregnant using their own eggs. So maybe he need to do the same thing I'm doing, because at this point I'm still on break. So I'm not trying to go back to have any more treatments, whether it be donor or myself or whatever. I really just want to take time out to let my body heal, kind of rejuvenate my body, lose a little bit more weight, and just enjoy myself right now. I mean, I'm not even in a rush no more for it, because I'm just so frustrated. I'm very frustrated at the outcome of the last two. So I did just wanted to get on here and share that with you guys. And at this point, I'm still on the trail of the donor. However, if I look up on a doctor that specializes in older women, and this doctor is within means of my travel, I would definitely be continuing on with my own eggs. But I'm not going to do anything with no doctor that does not have any experience treating older women, because it's just a waste of time, money, and the waste of your insurance tries. I only get 4 tries a year. I've already wasted 2 tries, so I don't want to waste no more tries on somebody who don't know what they're doing. But I'm going to make sure when I go to my doctor tomorrow that he sees the research that I've been doing, and he understands that the things that he thought he did was his best was definitely not his best. And next time he may want to just tell a woman that's my age that, she need to go seek other help, because he's not going to be able to help her, instead of just welcoming them in and taking their money, because that's basically what he did. Welcome me in and took my insurance money, because he didn't take my money, because I didn't give him a penny. So I will be back with you guys. I'm not sure when. I don't know. Maybe soon. Maybe next month. Maybe the month after. But I'll still be following you guys. So don't worry. I'm around. You can always send me a message, and I'll respond to you right away. Okay? Take care, you guys. Love you, ladies. Bye.